Welcome back to Sales Solutions. My name is Tom Holland, and this is Unit 23, Creating a Great Customer Experience. This unit also represents the introduction of SIP, the Success Information Program, which after this unit, all programs will take the name of. Well, with that said, let's go ahead and get started. Every customer deserves a great experience when they come to your establishment, regardless of whether you are a service-oriented business or a small retail agency. The customer deserves to be treated special. First, I believe it is very important that we discuss the 4 types of experiences we encounter every day. And I suggest we do this before we investigate how we can create a great customer experience for our clients. There are 4 types of experiences routinely talked about in both retail and service industries. The last thing we want, but the first thing that we should talk about is the bad experience. I mean, who among us hasn't had some type of a bad experience? From the rude service clerk to the exasperatingly difficult waitstaff to the sneaky and underhanded salesperson, we have each had our share of bad experiences. But it's not just service alone that turns us off. There's also the product. A bad meal. The whiz-bang thingamajig that doesn't work. The product you can't put together because they're missing pieces. The product that breaks with the first use. Shoddy material, shoddy craftsmanship, and poor warranty will often cause us to throw the product away and never go back for a second serving. Fortunately, great service can trump bad product. I can have a horrible meal, but if my wait staff is empathetic, compassionate, and tries to make everything all right, there is a relatively good chance the experience can be saved. But match a great product with bad service, and this will make me go elsewhere in search of the product from another outlet. The organization with bad service will lose me forever. When we have a bad experience, we walk away with one thought in mind: I'll never go back there again. Not only do we promise not to go back, we also make certain to tell other people. Some of us will go as far as to write online reviews, as well as share our experiences with others through our social media accounts. One person in an organization can turn us away from a company forever. And it can also cause the venue to lose future business from others who read what's posited online. Doesn't sound fair, does it? Well, unfortunately, that's the way the bad cookie crumbles. Next, we need to look at the flat experience. There really isn't much to say about the flat experience because in reality, there isn't much to it. This is my explanation of a flat experience. I pull into the convenience store to fill up my vehicle with fuel. I pull up to the pump, get out of my car, open my fuel door, and unscrew my fuel cap from the fuel filler neck. Next, I run my credit card through the convenient card reader that's attached to the pump. My card gets approved and I select the rate of fuel I want. I take the fuel pump nozzle, snug it into the fuel neck, and squeeze the release handle. Fuel is then delivered into my tank. I stop filling either when my car is topped off or at a prearranged amount of fuel or cost amount. I place the fuel nozzle back to the pump, replace my fuel cap, close my fuel door, get in my vehicle, and drive off. No fuss, no muss. That is the epitome of a flat experience. We have a number of these every day. They may or may not involve people, but when people are involved, the people become nothing more than perfunctory. Third on our hit parade is the good experience. This is what I like to refer to as the Cawker City, Kansas experience. Why Cawker City, Kansas? Well, because Cawker City is home to the world's largest ball of twine. It's a roadside attraction on Highway 24, smack dab in the middle of Cawker City, Kansas. But why would I refer to this as a good experience? Well, it's good because you just can't find the world's largest ball of twine anywhere. You have to go to Cawker City, Kansas. This is something that you are looking for, and because nerd that you are, you have a penchant for large balls of twine, you wind up being very, very happy with your find. Oh, they also have a weather map that accompanies the ball of twine that helps to add to that surreal property and the abundant amount of twine hyperbole that already surrounds this event. This helps to solidify the experience as good. You see, good experiences are often made. Sometimes, like in Cawker City, they're planned. Think about this. If you walk into a very expensive restaurant, you will be expecting good to excellent service. Probably more to the excellent side. But regardless, you expect good to great service. However, I personally like the good experience that surprises me. A pleasant smile, a friendly hello, a sign of humor. You see, all of these elements help to add to the experience. Now, if the product is up to par and the service is good, I have an overall good experience. But it's critical that the service is above average if the product itself is only average. Average service with an average product will almost always leave me flat. Nothing to see here, folk. Just move along. I really do want to have a good experience when I go out. I do know that as long as I'm not going to the DMV, it probably won't be a bad experience. Although, if I look for a good experience, I almost always find it. And anyone who has went to find the world's largest ball of twine, they already know you have to be looking for Cawker City, Kansas to find it. And finally, it's time that we arrive at what every business and every customer truly desires: the great experience. It's time for us to leave Cawker City, Kansas, and make our way to Orlando, Florida. Why? Because in Orlando, we will find Disney World and Magic Mountain. This is the epitome of the great experience. We're no longer talking about a roadside attraction. Instead, we're talking about a full-blown amusement park. I don't know about you, but I want a great experience. And here we have Goofy and Mickey and Minnie, Pluto and Donald, all helping you with your experience. You have Magic Mountain and so many rides you cannot get through them in a day. The entire theme park becomes its own experience, giving us memories that will last a lifetime. The laughter, the memories, the experiences, yes, it's all of these and more that lead to a great experience. But with all the attractions and novelties, it really gets down to the people, the service that we remember the most. When people go out of their way to make our day brighter, it makes everything better. The food tastes better. The rides seem to last longer. The merchandise doesn't seem to be as garish. And the entire event becomes one for the record books. As Maya Angelou, noted American poet, author, activist, and memorist, once said, "I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. Now that we've examined the 4 different types of experiences, bad, flat, good, and great, it's time we study how to make a great experience happen every time. First, we have to realize that a great customer experience, these don't just happen. Every one of these are planned for. There are 5 components in making any experience great. But be warned, you must practice all 5 elements in order for the experience to be magnificent. Dropping just one of these 5 pieces will cause the experience itself to drop from great to good or flat, and could even cause the experience to be bad. Surveys actually place convenience as the number 1 reason to try a location. That's even ahead of price. But did you know that people will pay more money for a great experience? Not the product, not the price, not the location. They pay more, refer others, become repeat customers, and shower you with a heaping of positive customer satisfaction, all because of the experience. Knowing this, let's take a moment to look at the 5 ways to create a great customer experience every time. First, let's discuss the gateway. Ask yourself, what does your customer see as they drive up to your point? Or as they enter your lot? What do they think as they walk into your dealership? What do they think of your website? Is it inviting? Easy to navigate? Captivating? Is your television advertising seen as an invitation or a price point? How about your billboards, your signage? What you show people and what they see sets the foundation of who you are. Number 2 on our list is reception. Everybody wants to be recognized, celebrated, and validated. So, what are your first words when you meet the customer? What do you say during an online chat? How do you answer the phone? What is your email response? What you say to your customer at the initial meeting can invite or turn off a potential purchase. Are you ready with what to say? From reception, we move to the 3rd item on our list, the environment. How comfortable is your setting? Do you have the proper mood music playing in the background? How's the lighting? Cleanliness? Matching furniture? Your sales offices should be comfortable and inviting. Make your dealership a destination. Create an atmosphere where people want to visit. From the environment, we must turn our attention to our customers. More than just a play on words. People need, want, and yes, require your attention. Thus, making attention the 4th item on our list. Earlier I stated that everybody wants to be recognized, celebrated, and validated. Well, here are some ways guaranteed to help create a great customer experience by giving the customer their proper attention. First, there is personal attention. When we say personal, we need to talk to people as if they are our friends. We need to make them feel like this is being done for them. Everything that you do is about them. Make this personal. Be pleasant at all times. Being disagreeable does not work. If a customer has an objection, discover what information you have failed to provide that will help the customer with their objection. Comforting. Everything must be comfortable. Not only is it your manner and approach that should be comforting, it is everything about the surroundings. For instance, we talk about this much earlier when we're discussing how the customer should be introduced to where your restrooms are, your Wi-Fi system, where the children's play area is. All of this should be happening when they first enter into the dealership. The idea is to make sure that the entire visit is one that is comforting. And finally, we have to be consistent. You can't treat the customer in one way and then later on treat them in another. Everything must be consistent throughout. Whenever you are inconsistent, you destroy the customer's opportunity to see the experience as one that is totally fantastic. And we are going for, remember, a great experience. The three things that we have to constantly remember in order to offer our customer personal, pleasant, comforting, and consistent attention is to remember the customer wants to know, do you see me? Do you hear me? Am I important? To sum up a great experience, we must look at time. But is it really the time it takes, or is it more about the time we waste? When we don't update or keep people in the loop, or when we feel like our information isn't that important to the customer, we begin a habit of disregarding our clients. People who are left out of the conversation naturally feel left out of everything else. These customers rightfully feel you are wasting their time. Jeff Bezos, the CEO of Amazon, said, "We see our customers as invited guests to a party, and we are the hosts. It's our job every day to make every important aspect of the customer experience a little bit better." Let me ask you this. Jeff Bezos talks about it being like a party. How many people leave a party early? Usually it's the people that aren't having a good time, which of course makes me ask the question. You see, I don't believe people care how long it takes until you get to the point where they ask, what is taking so long? Happy people never ask this question. Time is a currency. Spend it well. So there you have it. 5 great ways to make a great customer experience each and every time that someone visits you. Start with your gateway. Make sure the reception is right. The environment must be set up properly. You must pay attention to the customer. And lastly, the time. It must be something they want to spend. Great. Let's make a great customer experience with everyone that we meet. Thanks again for joining me. And for further information concerning sales, telephone sales, individual sales, internet or BDC training, or materials pertaining to such, please contact me, Tom Holland, at 682-667-7606. Or you can reach me through my website at mysalesolutions.com, or hit me up on my email at tom@mysalesolutions.com or tomssalestips@gmail.com. And until the next time that we meet, always remember, keep your head up, a smile on your face, and courage in your heart.